Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Two Homeschool Moms. I'm Nickie.
And I'm Ashlee. If you're looking for real, raw, and relatable moms who talk all things homeschool and mom life,
you're in the right place. Hey guys, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Yay, I can't believe it's Christmas.
It's crazy. It's finally here.
Yeah, I mean, this year for me has gone by super fast.
Yeah, and it's over. After Christmas, nothing exists, and it's going to be the new year. Yeah.
Now we're going to be in this in-between time of where we don't know what day it is or what we're doing with our life and trying to figure out what we're doing for New Year's.
Yeah.
Do you know or have any New Year's plans?
No. Not yet. We don't. I honestly think this year we're going to keep it low key. We normally have people over, and I don't think we're going to do that this year.
See, and we've always kept it low key. We're always home. We order Chinese food, which is our fave. Mm-hmm. But we go crazy, and we get all the things and appetizers and all the stuff. And we watch movies, stay awake as long as possible. Whatever, the different states and how when they hit it first, then we watch their channel and whatnot. But yeah, nothing crazy over here. We've literally never gone out for New Year's either, so.
Yeah, us either. When he'll come to our house, but we don't go anywhere.
We're not that cool. I don't know that anyone would want to come to our house.
It's not that great. I mean, no offense to those of you that have come to my house on New Year's, but it's a nightmare the next day because I want to enjoy the day off work. And when we have people over, it's a day of cleaning and I feel like it's a day wasted. So I'm going to enjoy my New Year's Day this year.
So let's back it up just a little bit. What were your, what have you been doing? Did you, what were your Christmas plans? I know Nico had a birthday.
Yeah, so we'll go back a little bit. So Nico's birthday was the weekend before Christmas is when we celebrated it, and he had a yes day. So he didn't want to have a birthday party. So he just chose all the activities we did for the day. Aww. Which is cute, but it was pre-planned. I know there's kids that just literally go on the spot, and that would never happen in my house. It's never going to happen. So it was pre-planned, some Starbucks cake pops, Chuck E. Cheese, Chick-fil-A, and a Target shopping trip were on his agenda. So that was his birthday. And then for Christmas Eve, we spent at my in-laws' house with Nick's side of the family, even though some of my family does come over too. And we play White Elephant. That's the only way with as many family members as there are now that we can handle gifts. So we just play White Elephant. And then Christmas Day, which is when you all are listening to this or watching this, is a very low-key day at our house with limited family coming over. We like to just let the kids enjoy their gifts and not over busy them with people and things like that. What about you?
So this is just a crazy busy time of year. So we have a birthday party for one of Molly's friends. They've kind of grown up together. So there's that. And really, we don't have any Christmas things going on, but for Christmas, usually on Christmas Eve, in the past, we have done scavenger hunt, where we print out a Christmas scavenger hunt and we literally drive around. We go to dinner and we drive around after dinner and we look at all the crazy people's houses with lights and all the decorations, and we check off our scavenger hunt boxes.
That's cute. That's fun.
And that's just been kind of our thing for the last several years now. And it kind of stuck. And it's fun. It's you're freezing, you're in the car, and you're just together. You're forced together because you can't leave. You can't be on your phone. There's no distractions. It's literally and then we get really competitive. It gets fun. And last year, my husband found the missing freaking, our last checkbox.
Oh, okay.
Try finding, actually, that was the year prior. Last year, you had to find stockings. Do you know how hard it is to find
outside
freaking stockings outside as a Christmas decoration? It's
Unless
not easy.
It's an inflatable or something.
Yeah. And it was something someone had that was lit in the window. Like random, but he found it. We thought he was asleep because we thought he had fallen asleep. And he's like, stalking. And like, so we had to back the car up and make sure he wasn't like lying about it
Oh
to
my
be done.
gosh. Who's
Because
driving during this game?
me usually.
Yeah, it's a lot of
But
pressure.
yeah, it was a good time. And then one year, the greatest thing. So another hard one to find is a peace sign. And
Okay.
so you would think because people put out like peace and joy and stuff like that, but like we could not find it. And like that year was so cool because that was like the year Molly had started reading
Mm-hmm.
and she found a sign that said peace. And so we as the adults, we like for whatever reason were thinking the actual
The
peace sign.
sign. That's what I
Yes.
was thinking. Yeah, the circle. I'm like, that's not going to be anywhere.
I know, and we're like, we're never gonna find this. Like, they don't put that stuff out at Christmas. Why is it on this list? This is dumb. And we were all getting really frustrated. And then Molly was like, wake up! And she was like, it says peace.
Oh, that's cute.
Um, so yeah, that's our like tradition that we do Christmas Eve. But this year, my aunt and my uncle and my two cousins are coming over, which I love them dearly, but sometimes I just don't want any plans on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I like that to be a day I stay in my pajamas
Mm-hmm.
and like don't put any makeup on and just like hang out at the house and let her play with her stuff and enjoy the day because we always wake up extra early, because she
Yeah.
wakes up early, so she wants to like get a head
Yep.
start. And that was totally me as a kid. I would wake up
Yeah.
at like 6 o'clock in the morning
Of
and be like,
course.
Mom, I'm ready.
Yep. Yep.
But I had a friend, and I'll never forget this because I swore to myself that I would never do this to my kid. But like she would wake up super early, but like her
Mm-hmm.
parents would sleep and they wouldn't wake up. And so like she'd sit there and stare at the tree, and then they'd have to shower and they'd have to
Oh.
have breakfast
Oh no.
before they would like let them open the presents in the morning. And I'm like, oh my God, we'd be like done and like
Yeah.
taking our first nap of the day.
Right.
And I'm like, I'll never do that.
Yeah. No, we are the same way. Well, our kids, whoever's up first gets the other kids up, and then they
Yeah.
come wake us up, and then we all go down together, and then yeah, it's instant like open. Like
Yeah.
there's no way they would wait. There's no way.
There's no way.
I
And
couldn't
like
wait.
we've tried because she has gotten up early some years and like unable to go back to sleep. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, that night, like everyone's up late.
Yep.
We're all like finalizing everything and
Yeah.
getting it all
Santa's coming.
ready
Yeah.
and prepped. And when Santa comes, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's exhausting. So it's a good time. We really want to talk about like some upcoming plans, what kind of changes that are coming to like our homeschool for 2024, which is so weird to say.
It's here though. It's coming.
It's so
1 week.
freaking here. 1 week. 1 week. Holy crap. I mean, this year was a whirlwind. Like I've said many times already, we've been on a lot of trips this year. Our homeschool year hit off with a bang. I mean, it started out rough and bumpy for our third grade year because I bought all new curriculum. Why? Oh my gosh, did I do that? But I just remember texting you and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what we're doing. And this is not working. And that's not working. But I bought it and I really want it to work. And you're just like, Nickie, like, it's okay if you don't do it. Just go back to something you liked.
Like
And I
on
was like,
repeat.
yes. And I was having like a literal anxiety meltdown. And
Yeah.
finally, I'm just like, you know what? We're going to go back. We're going to go do what she wants to do and not just like force this new curriculum that's not working. Some stuff worked, but there were things that were not working. So this year was kind of crazy, but good. It was so good. I got to meet you in person
Yes.
and we got to have so much fun. So yeah, tell me about how your year is wrapped up in a whole.
So this has been like the best homeschool year so far, and it's because I did not make a ton of changes, and anything that I did change, I reverted back. I listened to my own advice.
Learn the lessons, guys. Learn the lessons.
Yeah.
Don't do what we did.
Mm-hmm. And so once I came to my senses, and it just has been great. The kids have all had a great year. We've been doing lots of sports and activities this year. We took a beach trip to California. That was super fun. Nico's finally like at the age where he's like remembering trips because he went on so many when he was a baby right before COVID.
Yeah. And then you don't remember
he
it.
has no idea. So
Yeah.
that was fun. Obviously meeting you and Molly was amazing. And it's just been like an overall, just like, I felt like a calm energy this year. Like it's just been good. Good year. Good 2023.
It was a good year. It was a growing year. It was a learning year. So many like changes, but all like good for the most part. And I feel like there's going to be so many changes coming into the new year.
Well, I think you have some exciting news to share and some congratulations are in order for next year for you. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so I got a job.
Yay!
This was completely not expected. I randomly could not sleep one night and was on scrolling my phone. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to randomly apply for a bunch of things because I have nothing better to do because I've already scrolled Facebook and Instagram and like I've run out of feed. So at 2 a.m, I hit, submit my resume. And this lady called me back and the next day, which was a Friday, and she left me a message and I was so like not like ready to accept that like someone actually called me for a job. But then like I was also really busy doing stuff. So I just lost my train of thought. And so when I got home, I realized I didn't call this lady back. So her voicemail was kind of encouraging. And I was like, I'm going to call her back. It was like 7:00. And I'm like, I was expecting to get a voicemail. Who answers their phone at 7:00 at night? Well, this lady did.
Who answers their phone? I just want to throw that out there.
That too. But I honestly thought she was calling me from an office phone, but it was her cell phone. So I was like completely caught off guard, not prepared or anything for having this conversation yet because I figured she'd call me back on Monday.
Right. Yeah.
But she loved like just our little conversation and really wanted me to just come into the office. So I went in Saturday, the next day, in the morning. So I literally was like in freak out mode going, oh my gosh, like I've been out of work or out of like actual job for like 5 years. So I had nothing to wear. I didn't like have a clue what to ask someone in like an interview or anything because I literally did not expect anyone to contact me back from the random jobs that I applied to. So yeah, I went in and she offered me the job. So there's going to be some changes next year for sure. So I'm going to be working 2 days out of the house. So she's going to have, it's a really, really part-time job. So it's nothing like Ashley where she's over here working, full-time job.
But you're going to be out of the house for an entire, one of your days is an entire 8-hour shift out of the day, which is, that's a lot.
It's a lot. So my next challenge is going to be like what I'm going to assign for Ms. Molly to do while I'm not here because I really don't want to skip a day. Because Thursday is our like meet up with our co-op friends as well. And we kind of weren't schooling on that day either.
Right. Yeah.
And we don't school on Friday because we have never schooled on Friday. She's going to have things like, so Fridays have always been like our day to take off. So I don't want to take that away as well because we also have like a free open gym that we go to on Fridays. So I can't like have a 2-day week where we only do school. Yeah. So she's gonna it's gonna be a challenge. I'm gonna have to come up with things for her to do independently, which I'm not really worried about core subjects as much because I can always double a lesson up or even teach the lesson the day before. And then she can do like the workbook or whatever the next, like the day I'm out. So I'm not worried about it. I am adding in a few things, like she's going to start doing some writing on her own. And then I'm going to have her, I think, read a story from our Mostos curriculum on her own instead of with me. And then she'll have like comprehension questions and vocab and stuff. I'm going to probably have her do some writing out of the Writer's Toolbox.
Oh yeah, that's a cute book.
Independently.
Mm-hmm.
and kind of assign some things. So it's going to require a little bit of planning on my end ahead of
Mm-hmm.
time, which I fail at pretty often, but I'm going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might throw in like some math worksheets
Mm-hmm.
to keep her multiplication going and stuff like that. But I think otherwise, like, I'm not going to overload her because I don't want her to think, because we only do school for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
So I don't want her to think that like she's going to need to do or fill her whole day while I'm gone. But she's going to have some expectations, and I'm going to have to really make sure that she's serious about completing these things and getting them done and showing some big girl responsibilities, because this, I feel like, will set her up
Mm-hmm.
to do more independent things for her 4th grade year.
Yeah. So when I first started homeschooling, I would work out of the home a couple times a week. So just like that, I would have a full day where I was gone and I was not reachable. Like they could not call me, I could not help them. And so they got really good at, I would print them out each a checklist, do this worksheet, do this page. And it was that same type of stuff they could do independently, do these chores. And I mean, I was even like, I would take any electronics with me to work.
Oh,
like
wow.
they weren't allowed to be on it. So it was fill your time, school chores have to get done, and then I don't care, do anything else, but you're not going to be on electronics. And so
Right.
I think doing that too, they got in really good habit of let's get our stuff done. Let's get, like it just continued that habit because they had to be independent. I mean, that was hard. That was definitely like putting a lot of pressure on them, and they were younger. I mean,
Yeah.
Emma was in 3rd grade and Mila was in 1st grade. And we also used like an online curriculum, not for our whole curriculum, but we used Me Academy just for
Okay.
like 30 minutes where they could log on and do a couple assignments. And it was so easy, but again, it was something to keep them busy. Someone else teaching them, so it wasn't fully on them. They felt like
Right.
they were getting something. So you can totally do it, and you're going to do it, and it's going to be fine. And you have Homeschool Planet now too. So print her
Yeah.
out her assignments, and you'll be fine.
Well, honestly, I here's me being the overachiever already, but I'm already like, maybe I could add in some teaching textbooks on
Yep.
those 2 days where I know those are quick assignments, but I know that it's getting done, and then I can grade it and it will be off my shoulders as well. So even if I only incorporate that 1 or 2 days, but that will also help me dabble to see if we like it, to do it after we're done with Math with Confidence. So, I don't know, those are the high expectations that, I have a feeling for the first couple weeks, if not month, we're going to struggle, and we're going to try to have to find our new routine, our new normal.
Well, there's growing pains. And I think that's really important because people always ask me, how do you work in homeschool? Well, I also choose curriculum specifically because I work in homeschool.
Right.
If my situation was different, I would probably use a different curriculum. And so that is where changing curriculum also comes into play. You have to have support.
Yeah.
You can't put it all on yourself. You can't come home from work and switch to teacher mode. Now, you want to be a mom. You just want to hang out with your family. And so it's definitely changing your expectations of yourself too, and giving yourself some grace where you need it.
Yeah. And I know I'm going to be exhausted because I'm going to be full on mode, like all day on Tuesday, like learning the things. And then, once I'm learning it, just like, I'm going to be on the phone with people. I'm going to be doing, office type stuff. And it's going to be a big adjustment for me who, could read a book all day if I really wanted to right now. So like, I'm not going to have those luxuries, but I do think it'll help me balance out our time better. And I think it will make me appreciate our time together and know that it is limited, and know that we only have a limited amount of days, but we're also filling that day with an activity. So like karate is coming into play, and ice skating is on a night, which will likely be on a night that I'm working. So my husband's going to have to pick that up, or he's going to have to change his schedule around. So there's just going to be a ton of change coming into the new year, and she's going to turn 9. Thankfully, my new employer is super gracious and has given me that day off already because it lands on a Tuesday.
Yep.
But it's going to be her golden birthday so much. But other than that, like our big like homeschool goal for the new year, I would say, is to just stay focused. We tend to like really start not laying back, but like it's like towards the end of the year, and we start getting like willy-nilly and thinking we can like take a day off or go do XYZ, especially when it starts to get warmer out. And that I don't want to do that this year. I don't want to like flex so much that like we're scrambling then to make sure we're getting done.
Yeah. I want to call it like the summer blues, but that's not right. I don't know what there's a term though, like when you get so excited for summer, but we will probably need to take a break. I'm going to assume probably in like February, because we haven't been breaking through December. So I'm already anticipating a break coming. I also got some news for work wise where I will have to start probably traveling once a month, which right now I only travel a few times a year. And when I travel, I just give my kids the week off. It's just easier. But now I can't give them a week off every month. And so it is getting back into those old habits I used to be in, where it was giving them checklists and making sure that they're going to be set while I'm not here. As well as I think I'm going to start separating a lot of the things that the girls do. Right now, they're doing a lot of stuff joint, and it has been working and it's been working fine. But I always have this thought in the back of my head that I'm holding Emma back. And I think we've reached a point to where I need to push her up, and she's ready for it. And so she may start dabbling into some separate curriculum than Mila is. And that just adds another layer, because when I combine them, it's one thing I have to do. When I separate it, we're now doubling the amount or tripling it if Nico's involved. And so saying it all out loud kind of freaks me out. Same thing. Yeah, I'm going to be traveling more. Activities are going to be starting back up. There's going to be more curriculum involved. And so I'm going to plan and have patience with myself, I think. That's my goal.
I feel like your kids are so good at independent stuff too. So I think like they'll knock it out of the park. It's just the stress that you're undertaking to get it all set up.
Yeah, no, and that's where, I built very good habits with them, and they are always awesome when I need them to be independent. I think it's just where I enjoy sitting down with them, teaching them one lesson. Now it's like I have to do that twice, or I have to give up me doing it. And I do enjoy that. That's a part of homeschooling I like. I like teaching them, but I also have to be realistic, and I can't do it all. It's not going to happen. So there will be changes coming. I don't know if we're changing the curriculum. It's just probably buying Emma the next level and just like switching her over to it is what we'll probably be doing.
So how often do they have you traveling?
Well, once a month. What I'm hoping though is it's only a couple days at a time, and it's quicker. It's closer locations than I normally travel to. So I don't know yet. We're working through it. So
let's just smile and manifest that it will all work out, because it will.
Yeah. It is. And it's unfortunately the reason I love working is I love teaching and training people, hence why I'm a homeschool mom. But that's very hard to do virtually. And I enjoy it 100 times being with people and training and teaching. And so as much as, yes, it's going to disrupt my home life, I truly enjoy getting in front of people and teaching them how to do something. Like I actually feel very like, what is the word? Valued? Or I don't know. It's like a very rewarding thing. Rewarding is the word. And so being able to do that is something I miss from my old job that I used to do. And so I'm excited to get to do that again. But definitely it's going to adjust our home life. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think we both have some fun upcoming years of new challenges. Honestly, I'm excited for both of us. I think it's going to challenge us in a healthy, good way as well. And it's also going to challenge our kids in a healthy, good way, to which they're going to be taken out of their comfort zone as well, and, be made to learn how to do time management. And figure some things out for themselves, because it can be where kids can get in the habit when you're a homeschooler where they just depend and rely on you to do it all for them, or figure it out for them, or help them along the way. And we all know that later in life, we're on our own.
Yeah, right.
So
It's building those independence.
Right.
Yeah. And our husbands too, let's be honest.
Yes. Yes, they're going to struggle just along with us.
Yes.
But it's all going to be fine. Eventually, you know, we're going to have goals to be neighbors and help each other out. And, you know, let's see how many times we can manage to sneak in trips to see and hang out with each other this next coming year. Yeah, it's already in the works, spring, you know, for at least one of them.
Definitely, yes. I do have to say something though. I was listening to one of our episodes when we were talking about like you were gonna like bus our kids around and come drop them off, and I was like, we sound legit like sister wives. We're just gonna raise our kids together. It'll be fine. I was dying. I'm like, oh.
I mean, leave it where it falls.
Our husbands are gonna be like, you're not allowed to do this anymore. Podcast canceled.
Oh man, you know that like if they were in person, they'd get along just fine because they're two things in a pod. So we discovered that on our trip together.
We sure did, and they might not find it funny, but we found it quite funny about how relatable our husbands are. So
we were dying laughing, like talking about it because we were just both shocked at how crazy similar they were. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. Actually, I am putting it out in the universe. I am asking for your opinion. Help me out as a new entering the workplace homeschool mama here who still plans to homeschool. Help me out on what things I can do to implement to make her more independent. Any tips? Any of those things, we'd love to hear them. And for Ashlee as well, who, you know, her kids will be doing kind of the same thing. So we'd love to hear what you got for us. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap up this video. This is Christmas, so we wanted to keep it kind of nice and short and sweet and just kind of talk about our upcoming year changes, challenges, plans, fun. Yeah.
We hope you guys all had a great Christmas, happy holidays, and we're going to talk to you next week in 2024. And I'm so excited.
That's so crazy. And thank you guys for your support. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
We want to hear from you. Your feedback is invaluable to us. So let us know your thoughts on today's episode. Share your topic suggestions or ask us any burning questions you may have. Your input shapes the direction of our podcast, and we're here to create content that resonates with you.
If you enjoy listening to homeschool stories, curriculum reviews, advice, struggles, and overall mom life, this podcast is for you. But so is our YouTube channels.
Don't forget to check out our individual channels. We share even more content, insights, and a behind-the-scenes look at our lives. Thanks for listening.